practicable by breeding and could take nearly a decade. The unique trypanotolerance genetic value of Ndama cattle may be put at risk by CBPP. On behalf of the people of the Gambia and the National Council on Disaster and Food Security, the Ministry of Agriculture brings to the attention of the public the plight of the Gambian families who are entirely dependent on their livestock for their livelihoods. The impact of CBPP on these families has been and will be extremely severe with livelihoods, food security, social and development consequences. The projection is that the impact on the national economy will be dramatic with decline in production, scarcity of products, rising market prices and financial losses to public and government. In response to this emerging crisis, the government of the Gambia is mobilizing all available emergency funds for immediate action to contain and control the outbreak, and hereby calls on the international community, development partners, NGOs and other stakeholders to assist in effectively addressing the situation to prevent it from spreading to other parts of the country and beyond. The government is also taking immediate actions to enhance the capacity of veterinary services to put in place adequate measures for effective, sustainable and progressive control and eradication of the disease. The disease outbreak has been assessed and the Ministry of Agriculture has developed a 5-point strategic plan of actions to contain the disease as follows. 1. Countrywide mass vaccination of the entire national herds, 390,000 heads of cattle against CBPP, at no cost to farmers, starting with Central River and Upper River regions. Strengthening the diagnostic and serological surveillance capability of the Central Veterinary Laboratory to enhance diagnosis and serosurveillance of the disease and to conduct countrywide serological surveillance to determine current prevalence of the diseases. 3. Capacity building for disease surveillance officers at field level for intensification of clinical surveillance and build capacity of meat inspection personnel for intensification of surveillance for the disease at abattoir level. 4. Countrywide sensitization campaign using community and national radio, posters and other communication media as part of a national communications and awareness program directed at sensitizing the population on the disease, its clinical signs and control and the need for vaccination. 5. Development of a 5-year national strategy and action plan for control of the disease, emergency preparedness plan. As an immediate measure to prevent the rapid spread of the disease to other parts of the country, transhumance of cattle between regions of the country is temporarily suspended until the completion of the first phase of the countrywide mass vaccination campaign, which is envisaged to start by 1st December 2012 and end 31st January 2013. Compliance to this temporal measure by cattle owners and herdsmen is therefore considered to be very urgent and crucial. The resurgence of CBPP in the Gambia poses a serious threat to the entire national cattle herds, which could have disastrous consequences on food and nutrition security and people's livelihoods, and could have a significant negative impact on the national economy. The Gambia's veterinary services is not adequately equipped to deal with this major animal health emergency, and the resources urgently needed are beyond what the national capability can guarantee. Accordingly, the Minister of Agriculture declares a national animal health emergency to seek support from friends and developing partners and other stakeholders to effectively address the situation.
Volunteers from the North Bank, Central River, Upper River and Lower River regions have descended on the President's farm in Kanilai at the weekend for a major harvesting exercise. The group was responding to appeals made by the President, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh. Abdul Jai reports.
Kanilai is pivotal to the quest of attaining household food security in the Gambia. And in light of this lofty objective, the President created this vast area, measuring more than 8 kilometers in length. It thrived on an exercise fixing the loopholes of the previous season and is now the focus of a major harvesting entering its 3rd week. A lot of ground has been covered, but a lot more remain in sight, rousing a response across the country, drawing thousands from the North Bank, the Central River, the Upper River and the Lower River regions.
Well, for CRR, North Bank and URR, they came since on Friday, because last weekend we had the other regions too from West Coast, but I can tell you part of West Coast, they are still with us here, and I would want still staying with us. They're almost 3 days, but for North Bank they have pledged that they will spend the night till tomorrow, because I took them to Jiramba, and they have seen what is happening in Jiramba. So definitely they have taken the pledge to spend the night with us and then help us in Jiramba. The people of Molamp, they've been staying here for 2 weeks, 3 days today. And then Chonkesil, they are here for 1 week, 4 days with me today. And then we have another arrival that came just recently from Karichak. They also came, and then definitely on their way coming, they were calling me that until when the farm is finished, they are not going home. Really, because His Excellency have helped them a lot during their traditional circumcision. We call it Fotampaf locally. So definitely, they have nothing to reward him unless to come and just contribute by helping us to harvest the groundnuts.
Attacking the farm in all fronts, from the groundnut to the maize, taking advantage of the showers of the previous night, employing every available means, all designed to heighten and enhance the work.
I would always tell people that this is the Gambian revolution, which has some very critical components. The economic transformation is one, the political transformation is another, and of course the military transformation. So that in the economic transformation, you can see the amount of innovation that is being done. That traditionally what we have been used to is farm animals would be used to draw machines. But you can now see that instead of using animal drawn machines, we are using tractor to bring that improvement.
The presence of expert farmers like Jim Farmer Job of Jokadu added value to everything else done on that day. He came up with an idea to hook together behind a tractor this animal drawn farm implement to fast-track the initiative.
I never knew you had a tractor. You know tractors so well.
I can drive.
I also saw you with the machine.
Yes, we try our best. We do everything like my governor was saying. The revolution has, it's like a task to us. You know, we are engaged, so we're bound to know. Even my chef Keba here can drive a tractor.
I think the idea also came from him.
Yeah, sure.
It had a triple effect. The strategy, he said, is now being used in most parts of the North Bank, attracting interest in use of the region. The president, he went on, has inspired the entire Gambian populace, igniting an unprecedented revolution in the agricultural sector, compelling a change never thought possible in this country. These points were further emphasized by the newly elected National Assembly member for Kiang West, a former opposition stronghold. Honorable Yaya Diba, who joined the crusade clearing the wheat-infested waters of Jiramba, preparing the land for another transplanting exercise, was delightful that his constituents have switched allegiance.
For the nation, because there was a time when I believe we were almost losing most of our seeds that we grow. So the president decided to cultivate, and then people are now getting their seeds from Kanilai farms. So I believe if we all come to join Kanilai farms, we are not here to help the president alone, but we are here to help the nation.
But do you know that you have made history?
Yes, I should believe so, because we were left behind. One thing I have in principle about president is, if you want to know Yaya, come to APRC. Yaya means endeavor to humanity.
What does it mean to win? To win a constituency that was never before APRC? I think it was very hard for us to get back that seat again. How do you feel winning that?
It's a pleasure, because we are gaining what we lose. Because now that we are in the APRC, to understand the meaning of President's development terms in our country, we now see more development plans within our constituency itself.
Teaming up with volunteers from the North Bank region to better explain their position in the party. Abdunjai, GRTS.
Well, highlights of that program shall air tonight at 10:30, and that's immediately after this newscast. Well, time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the international news. Stay tuned then.